Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, how are you?
I'm all right. Real quick, people who may not know, please introduce yourself. That would be lovely.
Hold on 1 sec, because...
Oh, my God, no.
Hold on.
It's already happening.
Hold on.
It's already happening.
Sorry. Someone just turned up at the door and gave Christmas presents. I'm really sorry.
Oh, no, that's all right.
Stuff like that you can't, predict, can you?
No.
I was there at the door going, Mum, someone at the door. I was like, oh, hi.
I'm putting that in. I don't care. That was great. Not the whole thing. Not the whole awkward. I'll just get that. I'm putting that in. That was beautiful. That was charming. I heard all of that. Just all go off the whole event.
God, sorry.
No, it was really sweet.
Yeah, I'm Rachel, and what do you want to know?
What do you do, Rachel? Please tell us. That would be lovely. What do you do with Juicebox and before and all that stuff?
Okay, so I'm married to Luke. Luke is the head of Juicebox and the whole of the music industry.
Drop that. Just drop it.
Yeah, and so we started. We're married and we've been together for I think about 12 years now. But we started Juicebox literally when we met.
Yeah,
it was just an idea. That we had about putting on bands and stuff locally because there wasn't anything going on. Yeah, so that's kind of me in a nutshell, I guess.
How?
And also a mum of 2 kids, so I'm quite busy with that and lots of other things that I get up to.
That's insane to me because I knew that you guys started it, but I didn't think of it as you just had the idea of, well, let's just start a local music promotion and see what happens. How would you even go about that?
That's insane to me. Just a meet up down the pub with some mates. Luke's friends were already sort of doing something locally, doing an indie night. I'd done some nights as well locally, so I'd done a couple of indie nights as well with another guy that I know, and I'd also done some DJ nights. So we had that experience, I guess, of putting nights on, being promoters and stuff, but we didn't really know how to put bands on, and we literally just all met up, came up with a name. So we had a list of names, and then we just decided on Juicebox eventually.
Yeah.
And then it just went from there, really. And it was we literally had no clue what we were doing. We just approached the Flag in Watford.
Right.
And just said to them, this is what we want to do. We want to put on a night with some bands. We knew a few local bands.
Yeah.
So we just went from there, and they had their own sound engineer and stuff. So we didn't really have to worry about that side of things. It was just paying the room hire, working out what the costs were, charging people on the door, paying the bands, that sort of thing. And then eventually it just kind of grew and grew over the years. And then we started doing stuff at the Horn in St Albans. That became more of a regular thing.
Yeah.
And the Flag was regular as well. That was say once a month. And then the Horn was, I can't remember what the Horn started off with, whether it was a monthly thing or a weekly thing, but we were doing their regular as well.
Yeah.
And over the years, we just ended up doing stuff all over the place, like Watford, St Albans, Hemel. We did stuff up at Jumping Jacks in Hemel.
Yeah.
We put on The View. That was one of the biggest shows that we put on, and that to us was amazing because we were like, oh my God, we put The View on. We couldn't believe it at the time, and neither could anyone else. I don't think anyone else believed it. And and it just kind of, everything just sort of grew from that. And we had a saying, in one of the View songs, it goes, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve in a year. And we just kind of joked about that all the time.
Yeah.
You'll be amazed what you can achieve in a year, because we literally just went for it, I guess.
Yeah.
And it just started happening. And we always just said to people, if you've got an idea, or the thing is what started off Juicebox was there was nothing going on.
Yeah.
And we thought, rather than just sitting around and like complaining about there being nothing going on. Let's just do
Make
something.
the thing, yeah.
And all it did was it just kind of like gave other people that push as
Yeah.
well to do stuff. So, because there were other people doing things, but they weren't necessarily doing a great job, or they were a bit like, you know, not necessarily not doing a great job, but they weren't like really pushing it or really putting a lot of effort into it. So I guess us being around kind of gave them a little bit of a kick up the backside. And a lot of the other promoters started like going, oh yeah, they're doing it too. So there was stuff going on, you know, all over the place, and it just ended up just really, really helping, I guess, to boost everything. And it's just grown really, and obviously ended up being Luke's obviously like thrived off of it, and he's done really, really well, and got a couple of awards. So yeah, it's been good.
I mean, I wasn't aware that it started in the flag per se, because the flag is like there to me, like it's a 1 minute walk from my house.
Oh right.
Like, yeah, literally like Watford Junction. Like it's my window is here. Watford Junction is right there.
Yeah,
like, it's there.
Cool.
That's so weird to me. Was it? I am certain I asked Luke this before, so forgive me if I'm repeating this. It's after the Strokes song, right? You got it from the Strokes song, surely.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. Right, I thought
so.
Yeah,
because Luke was a massive Strokes fan and Libertines and all that. So, you know, a lot of the names kind of like came from those sort of songs.
Yeah.
We wanted it to be about that, about putting on, you know, our favourite bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Juicebox was
that's cool.
Strokes thing, yes.
That's cool. That's nice. That's cool to know. As a massive Strokes fan myself, that's a +1 for me, I think.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's a good track as well. It's a very, very strong track. So we always used to play it quite a lot in our DJ sets.
It's good. I mean, you mentioned it just there. I was going to ask you about this anyway, but you mentioned about DJing at the Horn, or like whatever. Oh, we're going again.
Oh my god.
Oh god. All right.
It's so funny. This is just my life at the moment, just balancing things, you know.
Life is ever a balance.
Kid on one arm, and you know. Oh dear, yes.
That's fine. I'm definitely keeping this all in. I'm definitely keeping those bits in. No, I have to. I can't not. I can't not keep that out. People got to see that. That's golden. You mentioned DJing, when I was like, oh, DJing, because I was going to ask you about your DJ nights and like your history of clubbing and like hosting things. How did that come about before Juicebox? How did that carry through? That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, so I started doing it like I guess after I left uni.
Yeah.
I started clubbing and stuff in London, and then I decided to do DJing. I bought some decks. Nice. And got a little bit obsessed with it.
Nice.
And became, I guess, like a bedroom DJ, and then I just started entering competitions and DJing in like bars and clubs in London.
Yeah.
And I also DJ'd actually on a pirate radio show in Watford.
Nice.
It was called Vibe FM, and I used to go to it was like a office block.
Vibe was pirate? Was that when it came legal? Because Vibe was a local station like down there, like the office block.
Yeah, you're thinking of the current Vibe.
Right, okay.
I'm talking about the Vibe that was actually a pirate Vibe.
Oh my gosh, okay.
It was back in the early noughties. When I say that, it's like it was a long time ago, but I guess it was. It was back in the early noughties, and it was round the back of round the back of Watford, like round near the hospital. There was like a office block, and I used to go there every Saturday, and my dad used to drive me there in the morning with my bag of records. And I used to like do this weekly radio show. It was mainly like a sort of a garage station, so there was a lot of garage DJs, and then I was there just doing my break beats and stuff.
Nice.
And that was fun. So
Right.
yeah, and then I just used to do like DJ nights and stuff for years and years, and that was before I met Luke. And then I
Yeah.
met Luke. I actually met Luke, funnily enough. I was DJing in a pub.
Wait, which pub?
It was a pub in Hemel that is no longer there, called the
Oh,
Leinster. They've knocked it down now and built flats, but that was kind of near where I used to live in Hemel. And I
yeah.
used to do like, literally, it was just like a pub DJ set. It was just literally playing to like drunk old people,
Classic.
like sort of, the same old stuff every week, but it was fun. And then I met Luke in there because it was Luke's local, and yeah, and that was it really. And then from there on is where the history of kind of Juicebox started, I guess.
Wait, real quick. What happened to the original vibe then? Did that get like just
I
caught
don't
out?
know. I don't know, because I think I stopped doing shows. I
Yeah.
can't remember even why I stopped doing it. I think I just didn't get asked anymore, or I'd stopped doing it because I couldn't do it. I mean, that whole part of my life is a big blur, to be honest.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think I think it just it just stopped. The people
Yeah.
stopped doing it. Because when you're running a pirate station, you have to go and manually put the aerials up.
Yeah. I was
They were
thinking
just,
that.
so I'd sort of wait to get a text to say, yeah, we're all good, we're on air, and that's meant that they'd gone and put the aerials up, on top of a blooming housing block or in a field somewhere.
Jeez.
And so a lot of the time it was like they were kind of like making sure they didn't get shut down every week. People didn't find them and stuff, and it was very top secret, like you weren't allowed to say where the studio was and stuff. So
That's mad. I mean, you got to thank it at least for meeting Luke then, or at least DJing. That's one thing, I guess. You wouldn't have been there.
It's a weird sort of
It's
thing.
a weird one.
Because I had literally just come out of a relationship
Yeah.
that obviously didn't work, and I just literally come out of that relationship, and then I was DJing that night, and then I met Luke straight away pretty much, and I was like, oh, I'm not really looking for a relationship, blah blah blah, and then we just ended up meeting up again, and then and then that was it. 12 years later. And we literally just did Juicebox from the word goes. We just ended up like working together full on, promoting, being in a relationship, like together, I guess. And it's just flown by. It's just gone so quick because we're just always so busy. We were always out.
Yeah.
We were always meeting people. We were always at gigs. We were always planning the next gigs. So it all just went really, really quickly.
Yeah.
And it's been fun.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, like, you've done very well. There's no denying that. That the accolades are there, as well as the constant trust and that bands and audiences put into Juicebox at venues like the Horn and places like Hemel. And have you gigged in Watford recently, or has Watford not been about recently for Juicebox? I'm trying to think.
I don't think we've done anything in Watford for a while, actually, because since obviously the flag changed.
Flag, yeah.
To O'Neill's, is it?
Yeah, it's O'Neill's, yeah.
Yes, and like even before that, we didn't really put anything on there for a little while. Can't remember the last time now. Luke will know, but I think because I've been like in mummy mode as well for a few years, everything's kind of been a bit hazy, since the babies came along. But I don't think we've done anything there for a little while. It's just mainly been like the Horn. I mean, we do stuff all over the place. At one point, we were literally doing stuff in London, in Watford, in St Albans.
That's so good.
Like in Hemel, and then we were doing stuff up north. We were doing stuff in Bedford, Milton Keynes, just literally wherever. But now we've got like good relationships with certain venues, so if we like say get offered an act, then we can offer them like say more than one venue on their tour. you know, because we've got the Horn, we've got Esquires, and then we've got like, you know, Leicester, and we've got, you know, Milton Keynes, and we've got places that we can have like more than one gig on that tour. So it's quite good to have that relationship there and have people on our team that, you know, we trust, I guess. To sort of, so it's not just me and Luke, because at one point it was just me and Luke all the time, just being everywhere. But you know, now we've got a good, strong team of people that we trust, that can that work for us. That, you know, I guess so that we can make it bigger and go to other places.
I mean, we literally just let on new people officially today, right? Like my drummer is now a member of Juicebox from my band, which is mad to me.
I mean, this thing, even now, even in these times, we're still, you know, we've still got people coming in. So yeah, I think we're just really keen to get everything kind of set up so that when we do go back to some sort of normality, then we can just actually just go for it.
Totally. And I mean, like, we'll be heading towards that hopefully sooner rather than later. There is no telling. We can't really speculate. And obviously with that becomes back the return of local music, whether that's semi-big acts coming in to like play a small venue, or local acts, especially new acts. Guaranteed there's going to be, I mean, Kick Pistol talked about it last week, there is going to be so many new acts who have got to wait for their first gig now, their first proper gig. It must be heartbreaking. So like, I know on the side you offer great advice and sort of development plans for young artists, local artists too. To ask my last big question, a really generic one, what sort of like beginner's advice would you throw in at people maybe watching this? Just sort of like ways to brand, ways to talk about themselves, ways to promote. How would you go about it?
So, you know, first of all, just like, you know, be you.
Yeah.
But be professional as well. So if you're gigging and stuff, just make sure that you have got some kind of like maybe look about you, some sort of like brand. But you know, it's not the end of the day. At the end of the day, you have to have some kind of something about you, I guess, that is special. You know, if you want to be successful, I guess. But if you love it, then just do it. Because at the end of the day, if you love it, that will shine through.
That'll be enough.
That will shine through more than anything, and people will see that you're enjoying yourself more than anything. Because there's nothing worse than going to watch a band and you can tell they're just not really enjoying it. You know, and they just look miserable. I mean, that might be your look. I don't know. You might be going for that sort of miserable look. But like, I just think, you know, just and also as well, make sure that you're promoting yourself. Make sure that you're telling everyone about what you do. You know, obviously your parents should know, your friends should know. You know, that's like the starting point.
That's your first audience for the first half year. It's your mates and your parents, and maybe your mum's friend, and maybe your girlfriend. Yeah, that's it. Or your boyfriend. That's supposed to be.
And then, you know, your workmates. And then, you know, just kind of like make sure that you've got that basic thing and you are actually telling people about what you do. And then, you know, it should grow. Obviously, social media wise, make sure you've got yourself some pages. You've got your Facebook page, your Instagram. A lot of stuff is on Instagram now. But, you know, just be like a master of one, rather than just trying to think, what is your audience? Where are most of your audience? If you're young, then they're probably mainly on Instagram, you know, but just make sure that you're promoting yourself. You know, you've got a logo, you've got somewhere where you can, you know, have your music, and you're just having fun. And, you know, you're taking lots of photos of yourself out and about, you know, you're promoting your music, but you're very, very visual as well. So people can see that you're having fun. Because a lot of stuff now, especially now, is online. And if you can be good online, then that will elevate you big time. You know, it's like just us sitting here now. You know, if you're confident in front of the camera, some people aren't very confident. They're like, oh, I don't like talking, I don't like going on camera. And it's just like, just think of it like you're just talking to yourself.
Yeah, I think from my point of view, one of the big things I learned in terms of like development is I always follow strictly on like the whole idea of promoting yourself online, because I love doing stuff like that anyway. I love networking, I love editing things, I love all that. But in terms of actual performance, be honest with yourself. I don't know if that like, not as in like set your own expectations so low so you look miserable, but if you like, I don't know, you're not so great at an instrument or you don't hit that great high note, it's fine. This
Yeah,
is a proving ground. This is what it
that is
is.
a good point, actually. I
It's so easy to get so self-defeating because you put so much hope in yourself.
hmm, it's like nobody knows that you've made a mistake. This is
Yeah,
one thing. This is one thing. Yeah, it's like I used to see quite a lot with bands. Is they go, "Oh, really sorry about that." Like at the end of their set,
me.
really sorry about that. But yeah, like exactly. It's like you don't have to. I mean, we all do it.
Yeah,
Nobody, as far as they're concerned, they've just watched your set, and it's like, and they're like, "Wow, that's really amazing." And
yeah,
you're there going, "Oh, really sorry about that, but I missed a note, or my string broke, or you know, my voice didn't sound that great." Nobody like nobody has
mm,
noticed. Nobody cares because they just thought overall they thought it was amazing. So yeah, just don't be so hard on yourself, and
yeah,
um, just try and enjoy it. You know, because
yeah,
I think with the music industry, people can try and try and try for years and years, and they just don't get anywhere with it. You know,
yeah.
and at the end of the day, you can go, well, I didn't enjoy it much because I was always so hard on myself. And at least enjoy it. If you're going to do it, if you're going to spend that much
Literally,
time doing it, just try and enjoy it, because um, you know, if it's meant to be and you're really really passionate about it, then that will shine through, and you'll get there anyway. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
And you've got to actually as well, just sitting at home and just thinking about stuff, you're not going to get it done. You have to get
oh
out.
yeah, do
You have
practice
to
and
get
do the
out
work.
there into the world, and you have to talk to people.
You do.
It's like that with networking.
Yeah,
I mean, I love networking. It's what I do every day. But the reason that I'm successful at it is because I talk to people,
yeah,
and I hear people every day going, "Oh, well, I don't want to talk to so and so because they might not want it, and I don't want to upset people because this, that, and the other." And you just have to just not care and just get yourself out there,
yeah.
you know, and then things will start happening.
Literally, I super agree with all that. Like, I remember the last gig I played with my band was in February, supporting Strange Bones, and
Mm.
we were like, me the most I feel, but we were all collectively scared. And I remember after the set, until the very end of the night after Strange Bones finished, I was just so miserable with myself. I was
Yeah,
like, oh my God, we're supporting this band. I put on that act. Who do I think I am? I shouldn't have done that. And then I bumped into the drummer and Bobby, the front man, at the end of the night. Nathan, I think the drummer's name is. And they were just so lovely.
mm.
I think I even said to the drummer, like, oh, mate, I think I like messed up. And he was like, it doesn't matter, mate. First off, it's like, your fifth gig ever. Calm down. You're
Yeah,
learning. Secondly, everyone had fun, had a laugh. It's okay.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
fine. Like,
exactly.
literally, bite the bullet sometimes, and even maybe be a little bit vulnerable and say things to them like, "Oh, I don't know," and then chances are they're going to give you that like that really healthy ego boost that you need to like not
Yeah,
throw away your stuff.
yeah, absolutely.
It completely caught me that night because I was so just again I was so worried and so like down on myself, and then instantly, like from them especially, who I love, the band that I admire, I've loved for years, they were just like, "Don't worry about
Yeah,
it."
they are great, aren't they?
It's yeah, it's so good. I was just like hearing it from them. It was just like a big thing for me that I grow from. So
Yeah,
yeah, I agree absolutely on that. This has all been great. I know you said you're afraid of waffling, but this has all been absolute gold. Like I said, this really has. No, but honestly, this has been awesome. This has been so good. I have one like little quick last question for you. What's been your soundtrack to your life recently? Like local, or even local, or like not so famous, anything music wise? Oh no, other than Christmas songs.
it's quite
It
funny
doesn't count.
because it's quite funny because I was having a laugh with Luke about this the other day. I said, I know Mika is going to ask me this question,
Yeah, I always do.
and lately I've just been really rubbish at listening to music generally
It's all right.
because Luke always jokes, and he's like, "Oh, you don't like music anymore." It's like, I do. I do. I just literally, I'm just constantly. If I listen to music, it'll be the radio, so it'll be 6 music, or I listen to what Luke's putting on, or I listen to Disney.
Nice.
Or I listen to like stuff that I loved growing up, and that's like Madonna and 80s stuff. So other than that, I'd say like bands that I really like at the moment are like Squid.
Yes. Yeah. There've been a few mentions of them on this show. That's fun.
At the moment, I just really like a good sing song and
Nice.
a nice bit of cheese.
That's fine. Don't need it. It's the end of the year, mate. Sing your hearts out. I don't care anymore. Like, I was blasting Aerosmith the other day. It was fantastic. Proper ballad stuff.
You can't go wrong with it, can you? There's a reason why these songs have like stood the test of time.
Yeah.
They're good songs, you know. And I love a bit of pop. I love a bit of cheese. You can't fault these songs.
You can't.
You know, feel good.
I agree. I agree heavily. We need that. We really need this right now. My God. But yeah, this has been awesome. This has been absolutely great. Thank you so much for hopping on.
I've really enjoyed it too, and I'm sorry about the like flitting. Honestly, I had that kind of thing will only happen when you're on a Zoom, won't it?
Oh yeah,
like someone at the door, like, oh hi,
hello,
hello, yeah. So yeah. So sorry about that, but no, it's been. I've really enjoyed it, awesome. And I look forward to seeing the finished article. Yeah, you know, just do what you can. Do what you can.
Do what you can.
One day you'll realise, you know, what it is that you're here for.
That's deep. Jesus.
Sorry.
Merry Christmas. God. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year. God Almighty. That was a lot. On that note, bye everyone. See you later.